Hello everyone, again welcome to our YouTube channel, that is Engineering Metrology. Today we are going to discuss the practical number 9, that is angular measurement using bevel protractor and clinometer. Today only we are going to discuss about bevel protractor. So why bevel protractor is used? Let us see what is the practical outcome of this particular experiment. So let us see, use of bevel protractor and clinometer is done for measuring angles of a given job. So let us see how exactly the structure of a practical is given. So here you can see the experimental setup, as we are having the universal bevel protractor here. You can compare with this setup. So this is the body and this is the stock, which is we are going to compare by this setup. So this is the blade clamp, you can see over here, and this is the minor blade which is used for measurement of a acute angle, and this is the major blade which is used for component or a job or a surface which is widened over the surface plate. So for this you can use the major blade. Here you can see there are two types of scales given here, the main scale as well as the vernier scale. So in further discussion we are going to see how exactly the least count of a particular vernier bevel protractor is calculated. So these are the principal parts. Here you can see the circular plate which is given here. So this is the circular plate, and this lens is given to improve the readability of particular vernier bevel protractor. Then the vernier scale is given over here. So this particular rotary plate is having vernier scale, which we are going to discuss further. Then the clamping knob is given here. So this clamping knob is given to fix the proper reading or to constant the rotary plate. This is the acute angle measuring attachment. So in this particular setup you can see this is the acute angle measuring attachment. So for only for measuring the acute angle we are going to use this particular attachment. So let us see how exactly the observation table of a particular experiment is given. So here you can see the observation table of a bevel protractor. So the nature of measurement is given here. So first of all we have to take main scale reading, then we are going to take the vernier scale reading and the observed reading in degree and minute, and then finally we are going to estimate the mean, and the design value of the particular angle is given here. So if any error we have to mention in the final column, that is error in measuring process. So this is all about our today's bevel protractor observation table. So we are having here two jobs or specimens of which we are going to take the angle measurement, and we are going to discuss how exactly the process of use of process of a bevel protractor. So first of all, let us see the specifications which we have to deal with. Then here you can see the specification of bevel protractor. We are having the graduations of 5 minutes, that this is the least count of a particular bevel protractor. Then it should be accurate about 5 minutes plus minus 5 minutes. Then the straightness given to the particular stock and blade should be 0.1 micron. Then the parallelism is given, that is the 0.1 micron for 16 seconds. Then the length is given in inches, and the diameter which is given of a particular rotary blade, that is 100 into 15 into 100 mm. So the precautions should be avoid the improper handling of an instrument, and don't apply the excessive pressure on a particular vernier knob or a clamping knob. So let us start with our today's practical. So first of all we are going to attach the blade which is given to take the reading of a small component. So this is having a particular slot to which we are going to assemble with this rotary blade, and we have to take the readings. So here it is, we are making the firm arrangement here, and we are making it, or we are going to give the degree of freedom to this particular jaw, and let us see how exactly it is slide over the fixed degree of freedom. So you can't move this because we have formed this clamp. So we have to make it loose, and then you can only take the reading or you can free your rotary motion. So first of all, let us see how exactly the measurement is taken. So this is the attachment, and this particular component is having a slant edge. This edge is looking slightly slant, so we have to take the reading of particular job. So first of all, we have to check it is perfect. The stock of particular bevel protector is of particular 90 degree, or it is making the zero angle or not. So first of all, we have to rest this particular bevel protector here, and make sure that there should not be a gap over there, and it should make zero angle with your stock or your base plate. So we have confirmed that it is not making, or it is not having any. Here you can see there is no such a gap in between the surface plate and our base plate of a vernier bevel protector. So after that, I am going to rest this bevel protector here, and I am going to give a firm base to this stock, and likewise I am going to move this rotary blade, and I am going to rest this particular edge over the surface, and making sure that it is going to cover all the surface over there. And you can see this blade is rest on this face, and the base is, this component's base is rest on your stock. So I am going to tighten this clamp and also this slide, so that it should not be moved or it should not lose their degree of freedom. And this is our reading. So first of all, before going to take the reading, I am going to discuss about what exactly mean by the least count of a vernier caliper. So first of all, let us take one glance on our least count. First of all, we are having the main scale as well as we are having the vernier scale. Here you can see a main scale which is engraved on a circular plate, that is 0, or you can see it as a 90 degree, then it is 70 degree, then 60 degree. After that you can see here 80, 70, 80, 70, and in rotary blade there is a one attachment or one scale provided, that is nothing but our vernier scale. So it is starting from 0 and it is going to end up to 60, then for 60 for counterclockwise as well as 60 for clockwise. So in between this you can see there are 12 divisions given. Those 12 divisions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So from 0 to 60 there are 12 divisions which are equally placed, or these are placed equidistantly and over the radial displacement. So each line is carrying how much degree or how much minutes. So this is nothing but our least count of particular bevel protractor. So 60 divided by how much? 12. So it will become how much? 12 5s are 60. So it will become 5. This is nothing but 5 minutes, as we have seen in our lecture session, that is any angle which is distinguished or specified like degree, then minute, and then after seconds. So this particular vernier bevel protractor is having up to 5-minute least count. So it is having 5-minute least count. So let us see how exactly we are going to calculate the least count of we are going to take a reading of a vernier bevel protractor. So this is about the least count. So we have calculated